Questions for Coach?
Did you run through the injury report for us?
Yeah, so Marcus, obviously, that one popped up late, and Jess Smith are both going to be out. And other than that, everything else is status quo. Jamison's looking good.
When did Marcus get hurt?
You know, Marcus finished the game. He suffered it in the game, but he still finished. Wasn't anything to be concerned about. Came in Monday, got a little bit of treatment, still no concern. Tuesday, pain kind of was elevating, and so we went to get some more further tests, and the tests didn't come until mid-afternoon Wednesday when everything broke. So we weren't expecting him to be out this week, and it just kind of was a free fall from Wednesday.
Sorry, is it a sprained ankle or is there anything?
No, he's fine. It's a sprained ankle with it was a little more of a sprained ankle. It's not a traditional sprain, and thankfully for the bye week, he'll only miss a couple of games rather than 3 or 4. You know, so we're hoping he'll be back for New England.
What can Jamison do to help this offense get going?
Same thing, you know, that we always talk about with these guys. You know, that veteran presence. He's a reliable route runner, knows all the positions. He's you know, in those clutch situations, third down, someone who can get separation and be a comforting option for the quarterback. But he's won one-on-ones for a long time in his career, and we're just excited to have his reliability and his veteran leadership back out there.
Robert, Marcus's agent tweeted, I'm sure somebody pointed this out to you, he'll be healthy by the trade deadline. There's an implication there. How did you take that, and kind of what's your response to that?
There's none. I mean, Marcus has been doing a heck of a job for us, and he's been everything that we've expected, and he's been a pleasure to work with, and he's gotten better every single week, and we're just excited to get him back so he can stack up great days and show why he's one of the better safeties in this league.
What's the plan for dealing with his absence?
Same thing with Ashton comes back. He's obviously, we can't get him a full game in there. He hasn't played football in a year, but we do plan on getting him part of the rotation along with Jared Wilson and Niesman. They're both back, so we'll have a good little rotation in there and play the hot hand, but they've all got to be ready to play.
Robert, when you look at Derrick Henry, it's kind of hard to believe that 44 players were taken ahead of him in his draft. But do you think trying to make a statement against a player like that could be something your team might be able to rally around, and if so, how?
I don't know if statement's the word. I think anytime you play a superstar or someone of his caliber, it's an exciting challenge. He's every bit as deserving of the accolades that he does have and what he's done in his entire career. But it's no different than playing Denver's run game, which is pretty darn good. We've got to step up to the challenge. We've got to bring our hard hats and get ready to stop the run, set a line of scrimmage, set the wall, and then take care of their play-action pass and boot game, which is one of the better ones in football. So there's a lot besides Derrick that this offense presents, but obviously Derrick is the focal point. He's the one that makes everything work, and he's going to be a load and a challenge.
What stands out to you about Tannehill?
He's a quarterback. He plays quarterback. He's and when I say that, I mean that he plays the game and manages it the way it needs to be played. He will take shots when he needs to. He gets the ball in and out of his hands. He's very, very smart with the football. He can run. He was a top 10 pick within this offense. Really found his way, and he's found the niche for himself. And he is everything that I think people thought when he was drafted in that first round. So, like I said, he's got big arm. He's very accurate. Can make all the throws, and he's very smart with the football.
Robert, do you think so? You expect Ashton to be active on Sunday?
Yes.
Is Elijah Moore close? Is that because you mentioned him?
Yeah, no, he'll be out this week. He's hopefully getting him back next week.
Robert, how do you balance accountability and development, meaning that young players developing, but they might make mistakes that hurt the team, and you preach accountability as far as doing your job properly?
They're one and the same. Part of I call them scars. And when a player makes a mistake, whether they're a rookie or a veteran, it doesn't matter. You get scarred. You remember that scar for life. And the good thing and the bad thing with young players is they don't have any scars. I guess that's a good thing. But the bad thing is there's a lot of scars that are going to happen. But the more scars they get, and the faster they get them, the faster they learn. And the faster you get those scars on them, the quicker we can get to using all their explosive, youthful ability. And so there is an accountability, and they've got to learn from them. And the last thing you want is for those cuts to happen twice, 3 times, 4. Like, it's one time, we move on, you learn, can you play faster? And that's the whole key to this whole thing. You know, when you play a young group, you're trying to get them to a veteran's mindset while they're youthful. And they've got to learn quick, and so they go hand in hand. There is a tremendous amount of accountability while you're developing.
With the numbers
Where's
that,
Zach on that, kind of getting into a veteran mindset while he's youthful?
Same. I mean, I think he's suffering every scar you can possibly imagine, and but it's a good thing, and it really is. It's a good thing, because he is one of those guys who gets to the film room, he gets to the meeting room, he's asking the right questions, he's got tremendous process, and he's only going to get better. And when it clicks, everyone's going to see why he was a 2nd overall pick, and it's just a matter of it clicking.
You guys really like what I would call his moxie. Have you seen any dents in that? I mean, he'd be human. He's only human if once in a while he says, "Oh my God, what's happening here?"
No, he said it. He's like, shoot, this has never happened to me before. So obviously he showed it, but at the same time, he doesn't let it affect him. Like, he's still moving on. He's still going through his process. His confidence in his arm talent and his ability has not wavered. His teammates' confidence in him has not wavered. Everyone gets it. Everyone's been a rookie before, and like I said, the young man's talented. He's got a tremendous mindset to him, and when it clicks, everyone will see why he's a second pick. He was a 2nd pick in the draft.
Robert, with the receiver position now, no Elijah, no Jeff, is Denzel going to be active?
Denzel will be active this weekend, and he's going to get some opportunity. Hopefully he takes advantage of it, and we're expecting him to. He's stacked up a 3rd consecutive week of great deliberate practice. He's really getting comfortable within the offense, so we're excited to see him get his out.
you had stressed that he had to learn all 3 positions. I don't want to give away your game plan, but can you use him? Are you comfortable enough to use him anywhere?
And maybe I did say that, and I'm not sure if I did. For him, really, it was the Z and the X. The F is, we have enough Fs, right? We got Elijah, you got Barrios, you got Jamison, but he's comfortable in those spots, and we're comfortable to use him. It's gotten to the point where he doesn't even need to talk to the coach anymore. He's just on the football field. He's getting himself lined up, and you're seeing the speed and the athleticism that he has. So just a matter of getting him those opportunities, taking it to Sunday and executing with his teammates, and being the guy that we expect him to be.
Take a couple more. Robert, when you talked about getting the practice field to translate to the game field, did you switch anything up this week, or are you just kind of saying wait and see that?
No, it's not necessarily wait and see. Gus Bradley said it this week. He said repetition is the mother of development. And he of success is what he said. And so you rep and you rep and you rep, and it goes back to the Bruce Lee quote. He doesn't fear the man who has 10,000 kicks that they practice one time each. He fears the man that has one kick that's been practiced 10,000 times. And so these guys need rep after rep after rep until they get it to the point where they're not thinking about their responsibility. They're not thinking about their footwork. They're just thinking about how to beat the man in front of them. And you can only do that by reps and repetition. And if you continually change, and it's just my philosophy, and everyone's different, but if you're always trying to change, then when do they ever get comfortable with what they're doing? And then when they do get comfortable, that's where you start to nudge them and make them uncomfortable again and that's how you get your growth. So to answer your question, I don't think it's time yet. These guys need reps.
Sort of along those lines, the coaches always talk about finding a way to win the game. Is that actually a talent that can be coached and acquired, or is that really more an intangible that a team either has or it doesn't?
That's a good question, because for me, you've got to learn how to lose the game. You've got to learn how not to lose the game first. That's first. Tony Dungy once said that in a meeting, he came and spoke to us in Jacksonville one year, and he said that 90% of games in this league are lost, not won. And until, as a team, you learn not to lose a game, can you take the next step in learning how to win a game? And right now, with turnovers and the things that we've been doing, we've been losing football games, and there's going to get to a point where we play clean ball, and now we're in that fourth quarter, and now let's go win a football game. That's where those plays need to be made. So it's a gradual step, and it's the one that we're aware of, and And right now the focus is trying to play good, clean football and not lose a game and give ourselves a chance in the fourth quarter to go win it.
Last one, Cos.
You guys have done a lot of good things defensively the first 3 games. No interceptions, Joe, Robert. Do you look at that and say there haven't been opportunities, there haven't been chances? Because none come to mind whether it were drops or anything like that. Or do you say, we've got to start forcing?
It's there's a couple things. One, Marcus, we would have been called for offsides anyway, but Marcus had one on a post, right against New England. But when you're not, when a team's not having the press, turnovers usually don't happen. That's just forever. It's in 2018 we didn't get very many turnovers, and then in 2019 when we're playing with leads and teams have to press, now you're pressed. Last week with us, we went 55 minutes without a turnover, but now we're in 2 minutes trying to press, trying to get the ball, trying to move the chains, and our 2 turnovers happen. So it's all encompassing, and our guys are ball hawking. We're close, and we took some violent shots at the ball last week, and I know that we'll start getting some loose. Good. Now, real quick, I do want to honor Lacey Township High School and Lou Versillo. He's the high school coach of the week. He is on his 41st season, and he just had his 300th win, so we're hoping it rubs off a little bit. Get some dubs. Lou, hopefully you give us one win, bud, and we'll get going. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Carl.
You got a Bruce Lee? That was